Your assignment is to build tipples all over his dishes.
His first ever battle would be released on February 16th of 2015. He would battle another DFW rapper named Da Beast. It would be advertised as Crip versus High School Teacher. The fans would love it and deem him the clear winner in
Crip versus High School Teacher is crazy work. But I think that's the battle I've seen. I think that's one of them I've seen.
his debut, and this is where his legendary career would begin. 4 months later, he would return to the stage for his second battle ever, completely destroying battle rapper Argentine. He is now 2-0 and slowly beginning to build a fan base. For the first time, Percy has something he can rely on that won't send him back to prison. And most importantly, his boys have something to look up to him for, besides for his street reputation. This takes us to August 3rd, 2015. OG Percy would battle a blood rapper by the name of Kata Felon, and Percy being who he was, this would be advertised as a blood versus Crip battle. And a battle ID would be, as there can be multiple times where each rapper would take a shot at the opposing rapper's gang.
I catch you throwing up C's in the C section. Then I drop enough shots to kill you and every C that I see in the C section. I'm just kidding.
K to the fella. I mean, my bad. Nigga BK the fella. Yeah, that sound
They told me crippin' ain't easy. I said, fuck them. I'm at a party on Truman. I hooked up with some EWPs. My niggas got the guns booming. My niggas.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I still smoke fuck niggas when I catch them snooping around.
Percy would go on to win, and this battle would total over 2.5 million views on YouTube today, which is insane by itself, but especially for your third performance ever. And next, he would battle a fellow Crip from the South Side, named King Corleone. But this time things would get physical, which would lead to a bigger part in the story later. While Corleone was rapping, he would bump up against OG Percy, which would infuriate him, causing him to shove Corleone. After this, you could see the tension in the room, and it seemed like things could have went left at any moment. Tension would spill onto the streets after the battle, and OG Percy would pull up to Belsey Terrace, a small Crip neighborhood where Corleone is from, for a one-on-one fight. And if you're from the city, you know that this particular hood on the south side is known for hustling. And when Percy pulled up to fight, it would be bad for business. So the OGs would de-escalate the situation by paying Percy not to fight on the street but in the boxing ring for the money. Jumping forward to the day of the fight, Percy would be accompanied by his brother AD and son, Insane. And before they could even get in the building, they would face off in the parking lot, where once again, Percy would shove Corleone, which would increase the tension even more. And now it would be time for the fight. The two would jab each other.
Come on, man. I know. OG Percy. We got them paws. You know what I'm saying? Wee.
And feel each other out for most of the first round, and most of the strikes that were thrown were blocked, until Corleone would catch Percy with a left hand, which would send Percy flying back into the ropes.
Corleone. Yeah, OG, bouncing back.
He would lose the fight, and this would be important because it would not sit right with Percy's kids, and they would now look at Corleone as an enemy. But moving forward, the boys would be watching closely during this time. As Percy was on the road building his new career, they were at home starting to record and release music of their own. Nine-I's first song released would be on YouTube on April 12, 2015, titled Never, on an instrumental to a song called Take Her by the Migos, which cannot be played due to copyright reasons, but is definitely a wavy track with the 2015 Atlanta sound.
He was the hottest rapper going, you know, in the house. And PMG wasn't nothing. Nothing. I'm talking about sideline material when it came.
This fast forwards us around 7 months later. Percy Jr. would be released from prison in early February of 2016. The boys would now be reunited, but
So what he put the balls on him?
things would be different.
Yeah, it's just a reaction video. It's just a reaction video. You feel me?
Different this time. His father would now be the most viewed battle rapper in the South. And his younger brother, Nine, would be starting to hop off of the porch and also start to take his music career more seriously. Nine would run with a clique called Jug or Go Broke, a clique with members from all over Fort Worth. They wouldn't be the type of clique that would go around the city making ops. They would focus on making money in the streets any way they could.
He wasn't a killer, but he was a gangster. He wasn't a robber, but he was a hustler. Don't no kid come across a hustle like that. Ain't no goddamn me 15 to 16 years old. The man was a gambler. My little son one number like 15, 14, gambling with little Ronnie now. Yeah, coming home with, but what you?
Nine is officially off the porch now, making money in the streets with his crew. And over the next couple of months he would continue to release music under the name Geek Child P. Following Percy Jr.'s release, him and his father wouldn't be seeing eye to eye. Percy would be under the impression that once his son returned, he would be there to help guide the boys and keep them on the right track. But unfortunately, he would do the opposite. Percy Jr. came home with a chip on his shoulder, bigger than the one on his shoulder before he left. He would influence Nine to run with him in the streets to make money, but in the words of OG Percy, he would crash his little brother out.
Well, I had one of the ruthless ones that decided, you know, he wanted to take control of the other little boys. I had high hopes for my little son, man. He ain't never been in trouble, never been in prison, never been in jail. Good kid, go to school, backpack boy, and he's a gangster. What you? But anyway, I had a son that was older than he was, and I always told my younger son, when your brother and them come home, you better get your shit together. Get your shit together, cause your big brother finna come home, been gone about 7 years. When you get home, you niggas better be in school, cause he's gonna be on your ass. It was a high hope, you know, my son come home and help me with my sons and keep me on track. Got 5 little brothers of yours, you know. Don't want to see them go where you just came from. Cause remember, I told you before. But anyway, when Percy came home, man, he took one of my sons in. My son started missing school and everything. I'm like, God, I didn't tell him you was coming home to take him out of school. I told him you come home to keep him in school. Now I was sitting there, goddamn me, skipping school. So the big brother, Percy, wish they had that gang shit running around, cause I had already got word in the street. The big brother got the little brothers crashing. So I'm like, God damn, I need to get the little brothers away from the big brother if he got them doing that. Big brother just did 7 years in the junk, just came home, he is on go. Last time I seen him, he was with Trap Boy Freddy. Next day I seen him, he with Yellow Bees. And the nigga is up to no good.
Percy wouldn't be living in the house with the boys during the time, so he would wait until the next time he saw Nine to confront him about skipping school. And that takes us to this day that would change their lives forever.
One thing about my kids, I kept respect going. So one day when they pulled up, and I had my other 3 kids that were still in school at the house at the time. My son came in there, popped up, he came in the house, and he didn't know that I knew that he hadn't been to school. He didn't know that. When he came in, I told him, sit down. I said, sit down. I'm with little Percy. What Percy? Percy, what's up, man? Percy, hey, what's up, daddy? You know, he's still on the gate. I'm looking at him, I'm checking their swag, okay. Yeah, I said, sit down real quick. I said, say, your mama told me you ain't been to school. He leaned back like this a little bit, and he like, before he could say something, my oldest son said, he been with me, Daddy. So I turned around and looked at my oldest son. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. I said, your mama said you haven't been to school. You haven't been to school. Now, Dad, he been with me, Dad. I'm telling you, he been with me. I just told you, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him. But anyway, during this time, after I had told my son the second time, I said, man, I'm not talking to you, and my son seen my attitude I took. By this time, my oldest son reached around and he picked up his gun off the table. And he picked it up and he put it inside his pants. He go to walk off to go out the house. He said, let me get up out of here. Then he turned around to me and said, like I said, he been with me. Like I said, he been with me. You picked the gun up off the table, act like you were gonna put it in your waist, and head out the door. Then you turn around, came back in my face like this, man. He said, like I said, he been with me. Kid, my son actually had that look on his face when he said that. Like I said, he been with me. This is where the student becomes the teacher. So, my big brother AD happened to be coming through the thing right there. I say, all right, I'll tell you what. Since he been with you, won't you just put that back on the table? And come on outside. Right now. Y'all look at my face, I meant that. I meant that. Bring your outside right now. And then you know what I said? With the gun or with that, I don't give a how you come out here. I'm actually finna fuck over him. In a major way. And the only person knew it was Big Brother. Big Brother said, no, little Percy, that's your daddy. You don't say to little Percy, AD. He the wrong nigga to be talking to right now, cause he ain't on go. See, I seen him pick the gun up and get in my face, but he didn't do nothing with it. That don't work with me. You got, I'm that show me. You gotta show me or hear me, cause that's what. He wouldn't come out that door. Bring your ass out that door. Cuz, come out that door, bring it. And if I gotta come in there and get you, it's gonna be a different story. But I'm not gonna do my mama house. I ain't gonna disrespect my mama. I can't tell him not to disrespect me and then I turn around and disrespect my mama house. Make a long story short, nothing happened after that. He made a great escape. I gave my other son a choice. I said, let me tell you something. You can go back to school, you can stay here. I take you back home, you can go back to school and get back in school. Or, since you think you grown now, you can leave and go with your brother. Because your brother said, come on, let's go, Purnell. That was another disrespect to me, I felt. You mean, come on, let's go. Yeah, I know he came with you. Y'all didn't know I was yours, but he ain't with you no more. He was his daddy. But, as a child, I'm gonna let you make a decision. What you wanna do? You know what my son told me? He said, Dad, I'm gonna go with him. I looked at him. My other sons were sitting behind me with their head like, dang, this shit crazy. I said, all right, enjoy. I said, all right, that's what's up. He walked out and he left.
Crazy.
I haven't seen him since, physically.
While on the run with his brother, he would catch his first charge, which would be aggravated robbery. Then after only 5 days of him being incarcerated, he would be hit with 2 more counts of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon.
He one of the last real niggas left. My son in the penitentiary with some more niggas. Y'all know it.
I took my time. I went down when I was 17. Me and my nigga went down together. We same cases. You hear me? I was three aggravated robberies. I mean, they gave my partner 3 aggravated robberies. I only had 1 aggravated robbery. Right. The 3 aggravated robberies they gave my partner, those wasn't his work. You hear me? So I understood my nigga had a 1-year-old little boy. I understood I took the cases for my nigga because that's the righteous thing to do, man. Righteous, true, honest. Those my characters.
He would end up getting sentenced to 15 years in prison. During this time, Percy Jr. would be on a Hall of Fame crash-out run. As you can see, he was arrested 2 days before 9/9, ironically being charged with the same offense, and again in July for the same thing. His crash-out run would come to an end on September 10th.
See, they was out there taking shit, huh?
2017, when he was charged with 2 counts of engaging in organized crime.
Big brother ended up getting 86 years in the federal penitentiary. What did he on top of 18 years in the state penitentiary.
He would end up getting sentenced to a total of 106 years in prison, 18 of them to be served in the state penitentiary, and once he finishes this he will have to serve 86 years in the federal penitentiary. Unfortunately, a sentence he may not make it home for.
I'm about to say, that's a life sentence, ain't it?
He's scheduled to start his federal bid when he is done with his state bid. He will be 40 years old when he starts his 86-year sentence. The streets have officially took 9/9 and Percy, and this takes us to the next set of brothers. At this time, Insane would be 16, and PMG would be 14. Just like his brothers, Insane would begin to hop in the streets early, going in and out of juvenile detention, and PMG would still be recording music. On December 10th, 2017, he would release his first music video titled Rock Out, and mark the start of his career. This track would have a go-yayo-type flow, which was common during this era of DFW music. The video would contain PMG alongside of his brother Insane, and B4B Boosie, who will all later play a part in this story. He would drop 2 visuals in 2018, one alongside of his father in the song titled 48 Shots, and another wavy track titled Bag featuring Swerve Lord. But this next year would be life-changing for PMG. 2019 would be the year he would join his brother, Insane, hopping off of the porch, taking his chance at the streets. They would run with a South Fort Worth-based clique called TGA, with PMG going to North Crowley High School with some members. But eventually, the brothers would create their clique of their own. This would be the infamous B4B or Body for Body, also known as Fox 4, based out of the Southwest Fort Worth suburb.
That sounds just like how it sounds. Ooh, wee, crazy work.
Crowley. The Fox 4 would come from their local neighborhood and park named Fox Run, which they would claim as theirs. Members like TGI Fred and TGI Jug would be some of the first to claim B4B. They would also have members from the East Fort Worth Hood Eastwood. As we already know, OG Percy was the man that got put on by the 5 Deuce Hoover Crips on the south side, and then took it to the Blood neighborhood of Eastwood and set up shop for the future generation of Crips. More specifically, the 4200 block of Burton Street, the 4200 block of Little John, and the 4200 block of Daloran.
You gotta get out, nigga. Get out of there, nigga. They say, you know, get out, nigga. Nigga, that ain't shit. Yeah. So he went up there and started talking to the other homeboy in front of me. I'm just sitting back there waiting. We was heading through this little old field, a little trail we finna take. Yeah, no, we gon' jump here. No, hell no, nigga. What you mean, I'm gonna jump in this house? I know that, oh, I was already too. They like, you know, no, nigga. You know what, man, fuck it. Let's go. Shit. I can't go over there. Nah, hell nah. Nigga won't last a day in these wood Pyru land, nigga, crippin'. Made that shit up. So
So I hid on the south side. Then my baby mama for the next 3 or 4 years, I can go back to Eastwood. Fuck this shit. I'm not real because I'm from Bird Street. I live on Bird Street. Burton is my block. I've been hiding on the south.
I did the most dangerous thing in that neighborhood. I wrote Eastwood, Bird Street, Crip Gang on this motherfucker. How the fuck is it up? Some nigga done wrote some Crip shit over there in Eastwood, cuz. Let's go tell Bird. Them niggas came.
Outside, cuz. Like, what's up, cuz? What's crazy? You say, cuz, yeah, I gotta introduce you to these niggas. They wanna know who over here putting this Crip shit on the wall over here on this side. I'm like, what niggas? Come on. He said, yeah, come on, cuz. Then they go to the car, about like 7, 8 little niggas in the car. They jumped out on my block, Bird Street. They looking around. They said, hey, cuz, come take a walk with us, cuz. I said, yeah, come on. So the nigga reached in his pocket, he gave me a 38 special. He said, here, you got to show these niggas that you own, nigga. I said, shit, yeah, what's up? So he put a play in motion to prove my loyalty. Understand me? I did that.
This your first mission?
I ain't gonna say it was a mission.
Okay.
It was my first chance to prove that I was loyal to this shit for real, and I ain't just talking. And I'm standing up for myself over on this east side, wherever I'm at as a man.
Percy being head honcho and having the boys with him so much, the boys would meet the other kids on the block their age and begin to make friends. Those boys would be Boosie, Little 4, Shotta 4, Murder 4, Cam, Jackboy, and D-Man. Having members, territory, and ammunition, they would now be an established clique, and it would be only of a matter of time until they made their first stops. PMG's first stop would be K4K Little Zay, who he would get into with over a girl. PMG would be messing around with Zay's girl at the time, which would infuriate him, leading him to diss PMG and B for B, which would cause PMG to
That's how most beefs start off.
diss Zay in a song.
And then that little Zay shit, but nigga, I'm talking about what I'm doing in this song. I popped this baby mama, nigga got mad at me for fucking on his bitch. So he started saying fuck B4B and TGA, and that's how this shit came about. So I dropped my diss song, boom, get at me.
Song by PMG God, you know what I'm saying? He kind of mentioned your name in the song. So that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's some news that nobody know about. You mentioned your name in the song, like, do you know him? Like, y'all grew up together or what?
Man, I don't know that bitch ass dude. Like, on real shit, nigga, I woke up, nigga. On blood, I woke up out of nowhere, nigga. And everybody started sending me shit about, nigga, this, you too. Oh, I ain't never met this nigga a day in my life, bro. On blood, like, bro. And then fuck me up, bro. Bad shit on blood, let's go speak back this bitch. Pick my nigga. He on Instagram talking about he fucked my bitch when you got something in. On
That's crazy work. Yeah, like that.
blood, that's not my baby mama, nigga. I showed you a picture of my baby mama, nigga. I ain't canal, nigga, crib, nigga. On blood, ain't nigga.
The diss song mentioned would be titled Get At Me, shot and released by DFW mogul CP Films. He would start the song shouting out his TGA crew, then immediately would go in on Zay, saying how he was messing around with his girl, then go on to name drop him and clown him for a viral Instagram photo of him in the mirror in his boxers.
If you liking my shit, nigga, comment whatever. TGA gang, bitch, we all about whatever. You ain't with that shit, nigga, get it together. I'm fucking your bitch, nigga, who do it better. She say my dick hole need to get it and sweat. If you dissing this shit, then add me. Tell K4K Zay, get at me. Boy, you motherfucking gay and nasty. How you on Instagram showing ass cheeks? He say I'm a dog, then bag me. Heard the bad had your ass running track me. Block off some double D titty, they say. How you sneak this in game, you didn't even ask me. Boy, you motherfucking gay as fuck. When I see your bitch ass, I'ma make your ass give it up.
What would make this beef dangerous is the fact that Zay would false claim the Stop 6 base click 604. And during this beef, PMG would begin to diss 604, thinking that this was the crew Zay was a part of. But the 604 members wouldn't take the beef serious since it had nothing to do with them. And shortly after, PMG would spend a few weeks in jail on robbery charges. And while in jail, he would hear that the 604 members were speaking on him, and that would fuel him to make a diss song. Once he was released, he would drop his hit song titled 604 Diss. This song reminds me of Chicago drill star Whiskey's viral diss song Computers, due to the fact that they were both in jail when they made their songs, and the effect that both of them were having on the streets.
So how did that shit start, like with 604 and 8 Gang? How did the issues begin?
Niggas started speaking on me while I was in jail.
Yeah.
So I made this song in front of all his partners. And I was rapping it to them. Them niggas went home shit. Niggas was bobbing their heads like, yeah, that hard.
That's the 604 diss?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
He would start the song aiming at 604 OG, Taliban, who is currently locked up on murder charges, and would continue to go hard on the whole crew.
The fuck is a Taliban, make his ass wrap it up. Get his bag, make him pack it up, PMG. Run down gang, what the fuck is a bag it up? Spin the block, trying to clap it up, You niggas bitches, that this song was trash. With his stats on the shot, have his mama and them sad as fuck. PMG, I'm on that block with that Glock he took. Too much blood, made the hospital fist him up. Pistol whip him, with this Glock, make him stitch him up. Gang bang, tell them op niggas hit me up. Bang bang, let my top and them rip me.
And now that he made his diss, it would be all the way up, and the brothers would be involved in their first war.
And all that. Like, where did that issue even start from? How'd you get into it in the first place?
Bro, it was over this nigga named Zay, bro. Really, basically, this K4K Zay, basically. This nigga, like, I guess the nigga, like, he was saying he was K4K or whatever this shit. And, like, they was into it and shit. And, like, bro posted a picture of bro ass cheeks and shit, like, in the mirror and shit. So, like, shit, like, they thinking, bro, us and shit, we on the live, we get on the live. Like, we laughing, like, me and my brothers, we just on the live laughing and shit, like, I'm guessing he thinking we on the live with, you know what I'm saying? So he start, yapping, talking, dissing. We don't even really know the little nigga. We ain't never got to it with the nigga, nothing really. Niggas really like, then they just made a diss song, really like. When you make a diss song, all we did was laugh on the post, and that's how you know niggas gonna make a diss song. Just to get in, we laugh on the post, it's a diss song. Damn, you ain't did nothing else, we ain't, nothing, like what?
There probably was already tension there then for the diss song.
Nigga wanted problem, that's what it was.
3 weeks later, 604 would respond, telling PMG directly that they were looking for him, also dissing B4B.
We in the streets and we looking for PMG. Fuck is a B4B. Talking that shit, pussy nigga pull up on me. Third around still gon' see.
PMG must have been waiting for this, because literally the same day, he would respond to the diss with a diss of his own song called 304. He would once again take a shot at 604, but this diss would be targeted towards Ape Gang. For starters, PMG beefing with 604 would mean that he was beefing with Ape Gang as well, due to them being clicked up hard. And most 604 members would be Ape Gang as well. Ape Gang would also go by BCG or 403. PMG would flip the numbers backwards to make the 403 read 304, meaning ho, which would be extremely disrespectful.
If you wanna go, hey, we going B4B, young niggas spin it.
They creative though. Real creative.
Every day if you mention me, we don't look capping, we knocking our favorite streets. On the dead nigga, I let him rest in peace. I love to get up with niggas who still alive.
He been dropping that fire.
4 little nigga, fuck 10 to 5. I let a nigga talk with all these dudes. Puffy, you know your baby need a booster. Yellow Rodney was lacking, but chicken like Rooster. Damn, and Taliban won't drop the Eddie no more. And Lil EJ a bitch cause his daddy a hoe. You say you a sis, so then take out the phone.
During this same time period, PMG and B4B would begin to be cool with Murder Gang PB and the rest of YDN due to them having the same ops, and some members already knowing each other from the streets. PB would begin to claim him as his artist.
Now shit, like when did you move sides and start, you know what I'm saying, affiliating with the South Side?
When I had got back out of jail, I was in Kimbo.
Okay.
And I was beefing with 604 in jail, bad than a bitch. And they was rocking with me shit when I got out.
So being more around like my son said, like YTN, the Murder Gang, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like can you kind of tell me like how did you kind of link with them a little bit, bro?
It is gang. Look, but shout out D-Man on B4B. I link with him through my partner D-Man.
Right.
He was telling him about me, and yeah, Pooh Bear always put me strong.
This connection would be great for his career, having the stamp from some of the top music stars like PB and Goyeo. But meanwhile, The war in the streets is heating up, and PMG and his brother Insane would begin to go viral for his Chicago-style IG live streams with 604, Ape Gang, and Get Money. Insane would go live with one of Channel 5 J-Dub's brothers, Quan, where he would troll Quan by dissing his deceased brother. He would also hop on live with D Casino, who is also Ape Gang, where D would threaten to shoot up Insane's grandma's house if he kept dissing J-Dub, and Insane would allude to knowing where D is.
I ain't gonna be surprised till I go blitz your granny house, shoot the pink paint off the hoe on Stop 6. Yeah, you know though. That's why you look, yeah, quit playing. You know.
We talking about this money.
You know. Yeah.
A few weeks later, PMG would once again be on live alongside B4B Little 4, where the two would again add their ops like 604, Baby K, and pop out to the live. PMG would taunt them, asking why isn't he dead, and that he's been dissing them for months now.
Ain't touching nobody. Oh, y'all ass, boy. That pussy ain't touching nobody. Why I ain't dead? Nigga, I been dissing nigga for 4 months. Nigga, why I ain't dead, nigga? Why I ain't dead? Why nigga ain't about me? Nigga, I go everywhere. Nigga, why nigga ain't talk to me? Don't talk to me out there, nigga. Hold up.
Hey, bitch, where you at?
Hold up. Why,
where you at?
Where you at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
You know, I'm in Stop 6 right now, bitch.
Where you at? Why y'all wasn't in the car?
I'm outside right now, bitch.
In the comments, you can see 604 and Get Money members, which was recently formed, saying that they have his address, hinting that they were going to shoot his house up, which will be very important to remember for later in the story.
Jump on this hoe, nigga. Turn me up your address. Give this nigga line like my sister gave me my address. Bro, fuck that. You ain't never came to my house, let's be honest. Y'all niggas had to drop for how long? And who slide? And who in PMG? And who shot up what?
Going forward, PMG would have the Fort Worth drill scene on lock. He had the hottest music, and his Instagram lives made him the most entertaining figure in the scene. But sadly, he would continue to crash out, and everything he was doing in the streets would catch up with him. Again, he would find himself in trouble with the law. He would cut off his monitor and go on the run for a short time. But when Fort Worth police found him, something happened that will forever leave a stamp on his career. Viral videos of Fort Worth PD, Crowley PD, and Fort Worth SWAT team outside of PMG God's house would begin to surface across the internet, and many fans, friends, and family of PMG began to become nervous, not knowing what he had done and why the police had come for him like this.
Nah, my nigga armed and dangerous. They got all these niggas out here. Look. They got them. They got these guys. They got, what the other ones? It's a lot of them over there. What the rest is? They talking to him right now. They talking about come outside with your hands up. Nigga, y'all finna tackle my young nigga.
On July 21st, 2020, Fort Worth police would respond to a tip that they got from an anonymous called that PMG God, who had recently cut off his monitor and go on the run, would be headed to his house in the Fox Run neighborhood of Crowley. Around 3:30 p.m., the police would surround the home and try to serve a warrant for PMG's arrest. PMG would then barricade himself in the attic. He would make a mistake by dropping a clip out of the attic, which would reveal his location to the officer inside the home searching. The officer would return to cover, and this would create a standoff between him and the police. The police would call the SWAT team to assist them in the standoff, where you can see at least 50 officers, tanks, and drones on a street. In the viral video of the standoff,
yeah, man, I got this call, man. My baby mama kept calling my phone. In Chicago kept saying, your baby mama keep calling your phone, you ain't gonna answer? I was like, she don't want shit. And then she called again, and again. And I said, okay, her. I said, hey, what's up? She said, Percy. That's how my baby mama. So I said, what is it? She said, have you heard from Presley? I said, no. She said, how about Peyton? I said, no. She said, well, you need to get out to the house quick. She said, I said, what's going on? She said, because they're saying that there's police and everything, and Presley, Peyton don't want to come out the house. I said, well, she said, yeah, and they're saying there's police every fucking where, and I gotta take off work. I'm on my way
I said, well, I'm on my, we couldn't even get down there on the block that we stayed on. Matter of fact, we had to park and walk to the house, y'all. We had to park and walk to, it was so many police cars, paddy wagons, tanks, the little goddamn Ninja Turtles standing all on the side of the darn thing. They had drones in the air. I said, wait a minute, hold on, this ain't news cameras on their way.
This was serious.
This was past serious. By the time I get there, I meet Dave there. Then me and AD pulled up. I said, God damn. I done met my brother, they meet me out there. I counted 26 police cars, vehicles, 26. Cause ain't nothing but a 16-year-old child and a little baby off of them. Y'all ain't gonna kill this boy. Well, word on the street, the man knocked on the door. He knew they was in there. The gang, B4B was off in the house. So they was coming to get Peyton for allegations that had been made. There was only one police at this time coming with his paperwork for his warrant. He said the door was open when he got there. Pool table was on there. He seen him playing pool on the pool table. They didn't want to open the door for him. And so he had the warrant, so he go to step in. He said one of them ran upstairs, so he go up the stairs. He said he see Pipe wasn't getting in the top of the attic, out of the attic thing. He said when you get up there, one of the clips fall down. Bam, hit the floor. So he draw down. He tell him to come out. He tell him to come out, but when he seen the clip thing, he said, damn, Percy, I moved like this, one of the clip. He said, cause he already told him, nigga, I ain't coming out. He said, he gonna ask him again. He seen my son open that thing. He bagged up out the stairs. He seen him with that gun. The officer seen him with the gun. He said he just didn't know how many more was in there with guns, so. Oh, they finna search. That's why all of these people heard. He said, so yeah, he's up in that basement. But the officer don't know when he was coming out that apartment bagging out the basement, my son seen him going because he dropped his clip on the ground. He said he seen a magazine on the ground right there. I guess
the officer dropped his clip?
No.
PMG.
PMG dropped the magazine getting up in that attic thing. You know how one thing fall, the magazine still got, dang, extra clip on the floor. So when he seen the magazine, he bagged out. When he seen him bagging out, he said he came down to get the magazine. He said, fuck it. This before all the bag up get down. All you gotta do is get out our window. You come down the back. We been playing on top of the house for years. Them niggas like they Tarzan. He jumped out the back. He jumped the back gate and got in the doghouse. The people next door.
And so he jumped out the attic.
All right. So when he come up this way, he turned. He got to go up the stairs like that again. So when he was back down the stairs, PMG had already jumped out, opened their back window. They room was on the top. They jumped out their window and get on top of the house. Shit like that. They do that shit. Slide the pole and shit like that. You hear me? When he seen him leaving, he had already made his getaway. Last time the officer checked, he was still in that attic.
Right.
And he was telling him to come down. He wouldn't come down. He didn't know that was the escape route. But make a long story short, they surrounded the house. They stayed out there for about like a good 3 hours. I was scared. I asked my other sons, is he in there? My other son said, I said, are you sure? Because they gonna kill that boy if they go in there. He over here texting, PMG ever making text talking about, yeah, bitch, I'll come here, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, he's threatening the laws?
What the fuck is he doing, bro? Man, this nigga, man, they gonna kill my baby, man.
So now he's...
Yes, he's texting, you motherfucker, y'all coming in, it's gonna be a shootout, woo, 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 woo. On the guy, come on, bro, don't do this, man. Somebody call my cousin Tracy. Cousin Tracy, don't worry about it, Tracy. Somebody call my cousin Tracy. I got it. Hello. Kinfolk, can you get down here, man? You got police all around this darn thing, man. They got my son and sister around. Oh, there you go, he pulling up right now. They'll go Tracy. Oh, this nigga got goddamn me one more pants and a goddamn t-shirt. I said, look at Tracy, I'm over here. He said, stay right there. He said, who in charge over here? Detectives over in the big old thing. He went over there. He was at the window talking to the detectives. Boom, boom, boom. He was telling them something. We sit back and we watch. The police turned around and looked at me. I looked at him. I'ma holler at you. How you make 26 cars disappear like that, nigga? One nigga open the top. What'd he say to him? Oh, don't worry about it. He they boss. And then he told me, he said, let's go ahead and see if this boy in his house and then we gonna goddamn me up. No, shit. PFG had already exited the building. PFG was next door in the doghouse with the people had next door, man.
No, for sure.
Fast forward about 2 weeks, PMG would still be on the run, and he would do an interview with Diamond Stone TV, speaking on the situation.
He was at the house and shit, like the shit was crazy, bro.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I thought they had me. I thought they had me, bitch.
I thought the same shit. Oh, Crip, I thought he was at the house.
I thought I was at the house too, bitch.
What was your thoughts about the shit? You know what I'm saying? Once you seen people sharing it and you seen how many like police was actually out there and shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I was like, I don't give a fuck. On phone, y'all can eat my dick. I seen it, and what, bitch, I ain't got it. That's where I was looking. On phone.
Cocky though, but hey. You got away.
The viral video of the police search, him being back on the run and making interviews taunting police, would give him the national attention he was looking for, despite it being negative attention. And he now has eyes from all over the country. And the fans would compare him to incarcerated Arlington rapper Tay-K, PMG now being the getaway kid, and Tay-K being the kid that did the race. Meanwhile, Fort Worth PD would still be searching all over the city for PMG God.
He's like, what's his name?
Said, hey Peyton, what's up? Where you at?
What's his name?
The PMG. Oh, the getaway kid?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
The getaway God, boy.
In the trolling style of PMG God, he would put the viral Instagram live video of the police having his house surrounded as the intro to his next song, Boom God. During this time on the run, he would also do an interview with Dallas Global Media. He would explain to Dallas Global that he was wanted and still on the run for gang activity.
You on the run right now. Everybody know you on the run right now. You the getaway kid, you know what I'm saying? Niggas calling you the getaway kid. What exactly, like, are you wanted for? Like, what they trying to get up with you for?
Just know I wanted on some gang shit. Just know that.
For sure. Now, when you seen the video of the police officer asking where you at, like, what was your thoughts on that?
I laughed at this shit, nigga, on phone. Oh, Chris, I laughed at this shit. That shit funny to me.
Yeah, for sure.
That hoe eat my dick, nigga. Fuck 12.
But during this interview, PMG and Dallas Global would make a fatal mistake. They would reveal his location to the police. A week after shooting the interview, PMG would release his debut mixtape titled after his new nickname, The Getaway Kid. This mixtape would contain some of his viral singles such as 604 Diss and Boom God. Also a track which would be dedicated to his incarcerated brother Nai, called No Love 15, due to him having 15 years. But his celebration would be short-lived, because like I just mentioned, him dropping his location in his interview meant that the police knew the exact area he was in. And 3 days later, Fort Worth police would send undercover officers to stake out the area. They would spot PMG smoking at the same store he did the interview at, and that's when officers would swarm the area.
You know what I'm saying?
Boom. This how it went. The interview by the trash can, I was on the run at the point. I shot that interview by the trash can. Trash can had the address on it. So boom, when that video got posted, then the laws blitzed.
PMG would flee on foot, headed to a nearby backyard. He would hide in a shed for hours, before ultimately being caught. PMG would be charged with aggravated robbery, where he would sit for almost 7 months with no bond. While he was gone, he would continue to get a lot of support from top Fort Worth rappers like Murda Gang PB, Kenny B, Goyeo, and more.
Bitch, when we kick it down, you think we the tag? Ain't no breaking me, bitch, I know motherfucking glad. Hey, but bitch, I cut you. Niggas sound like you stiff, I run down and rush you. Yeah, boy, he a bullshit. I bro, keep talking about this.
Free PMG, no cap. Hey, you niggas real.
Fast forward about 7 months, PMG would finally be given a bond and would be released shortly after. And musically, he wouldn't miss a beat. He would release his video to Back Out, alongside his brother Insane and the rest of B4B, with this song at almost 500,000 views at the day of the recording. But it seems like he wouldn't learn anything from his arrest, because once he was released, he would continue to risk his life and freedom by crashing out on Instagram Live. Flashback to earlier in the story, when Percy had his run-ins with Battle Fort Worth rapper King Corleone. And like I said before, the beef would cause Percy's kids to look at Corleone as an op, which wouldn't be good. So PMG, along with a few unnamed B4B members, would head to the East Side Butler housing projects in search for Corleone. And while live on Instagram, they would confront Corleone, where a heated argument would break out. Shortly after, the unthinkable would happen. PMG and his crew began shooting at Corleone and his dog before fleeing, all while still on live.
Act like it. You nigga. Your bitch ass on. Bitch ass nigga. Come on, get your bitch ass out of here, nigga. Come on. Hurry up, get out of here. Drive. Go, bitch. Go. Fuck you talking to, nigga. Why I smoke your ass, nigga? Playing with me.
Once the shooters fled back to the car, they would be hyped up. You can hear someone in the background mocking Corleone, talking about how his dog got hit during the gunfire. Then PMG would go on to say that was the same guy that fought his dad, and that he didn't forget.
Come on, get out of here. We good. Fuck you and your dog, nigga. And that same bitch ass nigga fought my daddy. Yeah. Think I forgot, bitch ass nigga. Got you running in your apartments. You a hoe, nigga. Stop playing with me. His name King Corleone, hoe.
Match with a nigga with a boxing match. And the son seen the boxing match and he felt like the nigga beat his daddy up. He went to the projects to gun the nigga down. And he stayed on the line.
Fast forwarding, during these next couple of months, PMG would arguably go on the best music run of his career. And a week later he would release his music video titled Don't Play, strapped up alongside his B4B members. And during the same week as this song was released, PMG and the B4B gang would be looking to catch an Ape Gang member. Insane and B4B Boosie would go live with Channel 5 J-Dub's brother Hussein, along with Channel 5 Demon Queez, where the two would taunt Hussein, trying to get him to link up and have another shootout because Channel 5 members recently caught PMG lacking, but didn't do anything to him. You can hear Hussein discussing the previous shootout, saying that he wasn't ducking, but was trying to reposition himself.
So you did, I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't duck, but you know what I'm saying? I tried to get, you know what I'm saying? I went to the other side.
Why y'all on live doing all that weird ass crying and shit? Y'all both,
crying. He said, hey, y'all was getting insane on box.
Hey, y'all look though, y'all call it, bro. Y'all ain't touched that nigga though, you hear me?
Nigga was a hoe. He went. What's that, bro?
Hey, but look though,
touch him, bro.
Come to the mall right now though. You like shopping, right?
What time is it?
You like shopping, nigga, come to the mall, nigga, on crib. We'll pop out on B4B game.
I'm trying to shop for you.
Come on. Yeah. Come to Hewlin. We come to Hewlin. You want to do some
options? That's the police ass shop you talking about.
Come buy some Nikes or something. The black ones your brother had on.
I'm trying to buy your head. I'm trying to buy your head.
I'm gonna go buy some forces.
Come on. Come to this mall. Come to Hewlin real quick.
I'm trying to buy your head.
Come here. I'm at Hewlin.
Show me.
I'm gonna go buy some forces.
Show me where y'all.
Eventually, the B4B boys would get what they were looking for. Shortly after, they would catch Ape Gang member K4K Terry in the local corner store, and Insane would pounce on him while PMG was recording.
I thought you was Ape Gang. I thought you was Ape Gang, nigga. I thought you was Ape Gang. No, it's fine. You crippled though. You crippled though. Yo.
I'm full, nigga. Do you bad, nigga? Yo. Big B4B, nigga. Hey, these out niggas ain't on shit. On folks, you crippled and all, nigga. Stop playing.
He'd then release videos to his singles, It's Foreign Marijuana. Then he would follow up with the viral video to the B4B anthem, titled We Ready. Shot in the Buttercup Apartments in Stop 6, which is NCG territory, who they were allied with at the time. After that, he would follow up with his hit to the Chris Brown remix, Poppin'. Then he would go on to drop Big Bad Fox and I'm Lil PMG God, which featured a cameo from Murder Gang PB. These would be some of his most viewed videos up to the date of this recording, all releasing within a month or two of each other. PMG would truly be bigger than ever, but once again, he would have another run-in with the law, and while he was live, they would come to his home with a warrant for his arrest for a bond violation.
Gonna take me right back to jail again, bro. I ain't do shit, cuz. Get this. The police here to take me to jail again because I ain't do shit on B4B.
Oh yeah, I seen this one. I seen this live. It was crazy though, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta take what come with this. And that's what come with the that's what come with the streets. You gotta take what come with the bad and good. That's why you know what I'm saying? Be choiceful of the choices you make.
Call Muncie. Get Muncie on the phone. I ain't coming out. I'm not coming out. I'm finna go right back to jail for nothing, cuz on Crip. Right back to jail, cuz on Crip I ain't do shit on Fox. Hey, bitch. Yeah. The police outside trying to take me to jail, cuz, for nothing.
What you mean?
Nigga, they out here trying to say I violated. I ain't been nowhere. And then the people put my monitor on the wrong address on Fox, nigga.
Hold on, I'm gonna call Charlie.
Bro, the police is here now, bro. I need to get out of jail if I'm finna go back on B4B. This shit gay, cuz I ain't do shit.
Hold on.
They out for nothing, cuz. I ain't do shit. Go like Jessica room, though. Hurry up. Hurry up, cuz, on Fox.
He would be hiding in the closet on live, telling everyone he's not coming out. But it would take his big sister to come take control of the situation with the live ending abruptly, and once again, it would be free PMG God.
And what they say you violated.
Yeah, man, free that boy.
No, just come on.
Get off line.
I don't know, they said something about
How the fuck no.
I'm finna handle that, bro. Just come with me.
I'm finna...
He would only be locked up for a few days before being able to bond out. But while in the process of bonding out, he would be along with NCG but where the two would spot D Casino. PMG would press D, asking him to fight, but D Casino would tell PMG that it's not worth getting back locked up for, considering they are still in the county jail and would go right back.
So boom, I hit the county, boom, I bond out, you know. I go downstairs, everybody still in their jumpers. Me and my nigga NCG Bud, chopping it up, boom. We chopping it up on Crip. I see D Casino and his jumper finna get ready to come in the thing. I say, oh yeah, you know what it is, cause on Crip I'm finna beat him up, Bud said, nigga, you know what time it is. Whatever you on, I'm right behind you, but bitch, let me see what he gotta say first. Bitch, I ain't trying to do none of that, bitch. You risking your freedom. Nah, bitch, I don't care, boom. So they let him in. Boom, I say, yeah, cuz, what you on? He, what's up, Lil Pay, bro, what's up? Yeah, what you on, nigga? On B4B, nigga, you out there, what? He, nah, bitch, I'm trying to go home, bro. Chill out, bitch. Come on, I ain't even on that, Lil Pay, bro. Come on, I fuck with you. Alright.
The altercation would carry into the probation office, where a YDN member would be updating PMG on what he missed while locked up. D Casino would overhear the two talking about how Jose Reckless got jumped and got his chain snatched by YDN in the club. And that would irritate D, causing him to ask the YTN member to fight, where in the video you can hear PMG laughing while D and the YTN member would be getting ready to brawl.
38.
However, things would not be over as PMG would call his B4B members up to the parole office because D began to call people, and they would allegedly catch D casino outside and draw down on him, forcing him to run back inside the parole office. But moving on, he would now be out and free to record more music while still running wild in the streets. The following month, he would release his second mixtape titled B4B Anthem, having 10 tracks, which would include a feature from Austin's star rapper Quinn and FN on the remix to his song, Poppin'. He's now at the peak of his career, and would receive a co-sign from Stunna for Vegas, who was interested in signing him, which would be huge for him. And to top that off, his videos would now be being posted on World Star Hip Hop. Members from B4B would begin to take a shot at the music as well, such as ITM, Baby 4, and Boosie. PMG would officially be the hottest young rapper coming out of Texas, having the music and internet on lock. But things would not be going all good, because around this same time, Insane would get locked up for multiple charges, such as aggravated assault with a deadly weapon along with robbery. And unfortunately, this was the last time Insane would be free, as he would sit in the county with no bond for the next few months until he was sentenced. This would take us to mid-September of 2021. You would think with the newfound fame he had, he would lay low and stay out the way of police and drama. But he wouldn't take advantage and still had a point to prove to everyone that he was really like that. PMG and the B4B gang would be out in the Fort Worth entertainment district called 7th Street, a series of bars, where they would get into an altercation with Ape gang members Terry, JoJo, and Little Mista.
We all popped out 7th Street and shot our ass. Ape gang Terry, you ran once again, you left Little Mista behind. Little Mista, you did not want to punch, so let's cut that one out. Let's just cut it out, nigga, on Fox. Ain't now, nigga, I don't shit with PMG, nigga, on Fox, bro. You little niggas is hoes. Fuck A-Gang. JoJo, I can't forget you, JoJo. JoJo, you was scared, acting like you was clutching. I really had that on you. You was running.
It would seem like with the more famous PMG got, the more he would have to prove to everyone that he was not to be played with. And every move he made would be watched by Fort Worth police. And what would become a reoccurring theme in this story, PMG would once again be arrested for bond violations, along with B4B Boosie, who was out on bond for multiple shootings, robberies, and engaging in organized crime. But this time, while locked up, something would happen that would change the life of Percy and the Demerson family forever. It would be the night of October 31st, 2021. Percy would be with his brother AD, who was getting ready to celebrate his birthday. AD would plan to head to Club New Start, located on the 4500 block of Miller Avenue, which is in the heart of Eastwood. Percy would explain to AD that he wouldn't be joining him because he thought that it would be a bad idea due to the club being in their hood, but AD would have his mind set on going anyway.
I remember a conversation we was having, me and Don was talking to my brother, we was talking about him going out, and he was saying, you know, he wanted to go to a certain club, and I was telling Don, right there in front of Don, like, no, I don't fuck around down there. No, I don't mess around down at them clubs. You know, because I know who I am and I know how the streets get down. You dig what I'm saying? The streets ain't got no love out there right now. My brother make his own decision. It's his birthday. You know, it's real hard to turn your brother down on his birthday. Right. That's your brother.
Right.
I don't want to turn Big Broke down. I really want to go with it.
Yeah.
AD would ask Percy one final time, "Are you sure you don't want to go do any crippin' with me?" Where Percy would decline, but since he was feeling guilty for not going out with him, he would wait up for him all night to smoke a blunt with him once he returned.
my love right before he walked out. And he told me, "You sure you don't go do no cripping with me?"
Yeah.
Now I'ma pass that up tonight, big bro. You understand me? For some reason I waited up for my brother. I waited up for him all night, just waiting on him. I don't know why. Shit, since I didn't go out with him, hell, I was gonna smoke me a good old blunt when he come in. I know he gonna be feeling good when he get in. He'll be here about 3:30. You know.
Well, 3 came. I was still up waiting on him. 3:30 came. I was still up waiting on him. 4 o'clock came and I said, okay, well shit, that nigga ain't come. That nigga out doing his thug deal. He got his ass for it.
4 turned to 5 and 5 turned to 6. 6 turned to daylight. Now goddamn, he ought to be coming up any minute now. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That what I'm saying?
By the time 6 a.m. rolls around, Percy is beginning to get worried because AD hasn't returned yet, and their mom has to leave for church soon. It would be completely unlike AD to be out with the car, knowing his mom needed it.
Shit, he better hurry up and get her, because mama gotta go to church. That's what I was saying to myself. And this day, mama has to preach. I knew one thing, big brother had a love for his mother. He loved his mom to death. He ain't gonna never do nothing to upset mama. That's how big brother is. Shit, that better yet come in late. And my mom did him a favor that night. He's like, Mom gave him the keys to the car. But I know one thing, shit, he better be back, because mom gotta go to church in the morning. I knew something wasn't right when it was time for mama to go to church in the morning, and he ain't pulled up yet.
Yeah.
The search for AD was now on. Percy, along with his younger brother and sister, would call the jails, hospitals, and make Facebook posts in efforts to find him.
I had my sister check all the hospital, all the jails, nothing.
Yeah.
My little brother at church. I said, little bro. I said, man, this nigga AD, something ain't right. I said, nigga AD ain't came home yet, nigga, no. Mama said nigga ain't goddamn, Tank say he ain't in jail, he ain't in no motherfucking hospital, and no shit like that. So, my brother, he said, okay, I'm in church right now. I said, all right then. So, I called one of my homegirls, shout out to them. I knew she stayed in that area. I called her, I said, say, can you go around there in that area around and see if you see my mama car anywhere in there? She said, yeah, because I'm just getting out of church now. I go through her and see. And, what she did, she passed by. Which the front part of the club. You dig what I'm saying? You didn't see nothing in the parking lot or nothing, she kept on going.
The Facebook posts send alerts through the community, and shortly after, Percy's little brother Dave would get a call about the area AD was in, and they would shoot to the scene.
My little brother got a call from my homeboy Fred. Real quick, like, he said, something about, now my little brother just stared at me. My little brother hit me with an eye shake, with an eye look that just, my bottom of my heart just fell. My little brother said, come on, let's go. I said, what's wrong? He said, let's go, man, let's go, man. He said, let's go, hurry up. He went there and said, I heard him tell this girl, going there with my mama. And you sit there in the bed with my mama until I call you. He said, Percy, let's go.
We hit the highway and we on our way to the location. And my little brother get another call on the phone.
I heard a nigga on the phone ask, what color is your mama car? He said, it's a red car. Somebody told him on the other end, yeah, they found a body in the car over here behind the club in the field. That's what they told my brother. My brother didn't tell me shit. I didn't hear the man answer on. And my brother said, man, I'm on my way. And tears started rolling out his eyes. And I looked at my little brother and I was like, what is it? I said, what's wrong? And he couldn't even tell me.
They would arrive to a chilling scene where they would spot their mother's car along with police who have the area taped off.
Put around the corner, man, and we put up on the site. I see police on side the club. We can't turn this way, so go around. So we went around the club, got around the corner. Then I seen something I ain't never want to see. I seen yellow tape. My little brother couldn't even stop the car. I was already out there, motherfucker. Baby, hold the fuck on. That's yellow tape, nigga. I said, let's go see for ourselves. Man, fuck, nigga, what? And then I see my mom car. But it's way over in the field. They done made a crime scene down there a block away from where you can get. Now y'all got me fucked up, nigga. That's my mama car. My brother driving my mama car. They told me to stop right there. You can't go no further. You got me fucked up.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up. I went up there, I was dressed up. I was dressed real nice. By the time y'all see me on the camera, social media, I didn't have no shirt off.
This takes us to the extremely emotional live video Percy made on the scene after getting into a physical altercation with Fort Worth PD.
Let them do their job. They killed my brother, y'all. They killed my big brother, y'all. They killed my big brother, y'all. They killed my big brother, y'all, on Crip. On Fort Worth, on Murder World Crip gang, y'all. They killed my big brother, y'all. That's how y'all gonna do my big brother. Y'all gonna leave my big brother like that? Y'all killed my big brother, niggas. Y'all know who y'all was coming to get. Y'all know who y'all want. Cause y'all killed my big brother. I swear they ain't gotta do their job. It ain't their job no more. We not worried about them. Y'all killed my big brother. Y'all killed my big brother. I can't believe this. This gotta be a dream, God. Please wake me up.
I know I'm good. I don't know.
Please wake me up, God. Please wake me up. Please wake me up.
Kill my big brother. Y'all think the life I'll be living is a game.
Big brother, y'all. They killed my big brother. They killed the life of OG Percy. Y'all think it's a fucking game? Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think it's a game? It's the life of OG Percy. They think it's a game? It's my big brother laying dead in that car, y'all. His birthday was yesterday, y'all. We just celebrated my brother's birthday yesterday. Today is my son's birthday. No, don't cover him up. Brother. Brother. I told you, don't come down the last night. It's gotta be a game. They killed my brother, y'all. Look how they did it. That's okay. Tell them to bring out this yellow tape. Tell them bring out the yellow tape. It's cool. That mean you niggas walked up here and y'all shot my big brother, homie. I see the bullet holes. I see what y'all did. Y'all did that. Y'all killed my big brother. One of you niggas killed my big brother. So y'all know what that mean. So you know what that mean. You gotta kill all of us, nigga. Yeah, big homie, you know what that mean? You know you gonna have to kill the whole city for this one, nigga. Whoever name come up, nigga. Whoever name on Fire Deuce Hoover Crip Gang, whoever name come up, we gonna get you for this. This won't be going unseen, homie. Y'all better hope the police find you before we do, niggas. Whoever name come up on Crip, I'm going back to the penitentiary for the rest of my life. Behind that one. I wanna do the rest. If I can't do it with my big brother, niggas. Y'all know that's my love right there. Y'all know I love that. I know I got. That's all the rest of my life. That's all I got. They took everything from me. Y'all better hope these people find y'all before we do. I swear, whoever name come up in this shit, I'm telling you in front of the law, they can come get me. I'll do the rest of my life.
AD would be sitting in his car behind the club, where shooters would spot him and unload into the front windshield, striking him and taking his life. Just a few days later, PMG would be able to bond out, and he would come out in style by purchasing a new diamond grill.
PMG God, nigga, what you? That's PMG God. Oh, that's PMG God. Big foe.
Damn, this is freezing.
It's freezing. Yeah. You light off. I'm buying yourself out.
He would begin to take the rap serious and would start to do shows with Murda Gang, PB and YDN, Little Greg.
Blue Honey Dub, nigga, and they solid. They told me go and get it. 1, 2, 3, wham, 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 wham. Hey, 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 on fire, on fire. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey.
But during this time, PMG would begin to make some new ops, who at the time were a lot more active than his ops in Ape Gang. PMG would begin to take shots at Get Money 5L, a renegade clique on the east side who at the time were locked in with Ape Gang. Which takes us back to earlier in the story where PMG would be on live arguing with his ops. And you can see members in the comments saying they had his address to his house, promising to pull up. This brings us back to November 2021, when their beef is beginning to get hot. Get Money members would allegedly shoot up PMG's house while he was inside.
Now shit, it was a situation that you posted on your gram. You know what I'm saying? We showed that the police was there, there was a shooting at your house. If you can you kind of tell us like what happened with that situation? If you can speak on that.